How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Chaos Child. I took a few days, or more like a week, away from the game to prepare myself for whatever fuckery is about to happen here on October 10th. I think that is the very significant day that I've been counting down to here in the game. I've been talking about it a lot, if you have not noticed. I'm really excited to see what fuckery will happen. We know there's going to be some craziness that is going to happen. So I was just preparing myself for all of that to happen. I have no idea what happened in the last episode other than preparing for this festival, which is probably the only Christian thing that's going to occur on this otherwise very horrific day. I guess we'll have to see. Fair warning, by the way, I know something changed with a Windows 10 update, and oh boy, if my audio, me speaking, gets worse at some point in the video, sorry in advance. Because Windows 10 really just likes to fuck my microphone in the ass. Alright, let's jump back in.
思った以上に暗くなるね。
大丈夫か？
多分。じゃあ、みんなおやすみ。
はいよ、おやすみ。
I guess we're going to sleep at school for some weird ass reason.
何も見えない。椅子どこ？あ、花ちゃん、蹴っちゃった。ごめん。そこが花ちゃんってことは、こっちに。
Nope. What was that, an elbow?
しんちゃん。
あ、何が？
No, that wasn't him.
僕。
Yeah.
もうどこがどこだか。
Obviously.
なんか落ちた。
もういい。電気。いや、カーテン開けろ、カーテン。
Can't you use your phone for illumination?
オッケー。いやー、小指、足の小指ぶつけた。
A dim light poured in from outside. I could see the outlines of the room. God damn. I had no idea what the hell Sarika had done, but she was rubbing her head and her pinky toe simultaneously.
ねえ、これでも寝られるよね。
こんなことなら、もう少し片付けておけばよかった。
Are they gonna sleep on those cardboard boxes on the floor? It was almost a new day. Since everybody had to be at a meeting early, I'd ended up staying at school after all. But since there was no bed, or there were no beds, we had to sleep under our desks. Wow.
なあ、好きなやつとかいるの？
Huh?
何？お前に聞いてねえよ。女子2人。
Where did this come from?
いいからよ。いるのか？尾上。
私？みんな好きだよ。
Yeah, there you go.
そういうんじゃなくて。いや、いい。和樹は？
Don't try to sleep and eat dried squid at the same time.
じゃあ、ファーストキスはいつだ？
まだだよ。
What a great conversation.
しんちゃんはいつなの？
Yeah, we know the answer to this. Come
ま
on.
あいい。夜の学校にお泊まりというイベント、お前ら相手に期待した俺が愚かだった。
そうだ、忘れてた。目覚まし5時でいいよね。
God damn, that's early. She fiddled with her smartphone as she talked. Yeah, it's even a smartphone. Come on, you can turn on a fucking flashlight.
あれ花ちゃんどうしたの
Was that voice Hana? I'd never heard her laugh before. What was so... Wait a second.
己の顔か
なんで変なの私の顔
The light from the phone's screen lit up Serika's face in the darkness like a horror movie. She must have been waving her hand because it would appear, then disappear, and then reappear again.
何
どういうツボだよ。
I couldn't help but agree with him. Did she love horror? Or did she look like an enemy character in an MMO?
私の顔っておかしいの
Kazuki burst out laughing as Serika moved closer to her. What's so funny? What's so funny? Serika said as she moved closer. And then for some reason, they started to tickle each other.
仲がよろしいことで
Yeah, that's the takeaway. A lot had happened today. And they were all new experiences to me.
事件なんか追わなくても結構楽しいものでしょ
Maybe I could. No, you definitely can.
タクルもう事件なんか追わないって約束して帰ってきなさい手伝ってほしいことたくさんあるの
Again, like I said at the end of last episode, I feel like she's being too pushy. I can completely understand her reasoning for being so hasty there, but I don't know, it just... I don't know. If I wanted to, I could go back to the orphanage and live the same life as everyone else. Or could I? Oh, come on, dude. What could we gain out of this one?
くちょくちょくちょくちょくちょこーら逃げちゃダメ
You know what? We need a positive delusion in our life. Hey, stop screwing around and sleep, girls. Why did girls like to touch each other so much? It's not like you guys are lovers. Stop it. Me and Ito are right next to you. Don't forget that. So will this one be weird or strangely good? What the fuck was that?
花ちゃんって胸大きいね
There's more. We can have more? What the fuck, dude?
花ちゃん息荒いよねキスしていいしちゃうもんね
So do I want this video to be demonetized? Why not? God damn it, dude.
興奮してるの
Never mind.
かわいい
There's no Christian content to come out of anything here. Actually, I'm starting to not like the choice I made here. It's just oh nope. Oh well. Here we go.
私も興奮してきちゃった
I'm not excited at
花
all.
ちゃん私のも触って
God damn it, dude. I feel bad for the voice actors. Yeah, we need you to voice these two characters in Chaos Child from the Science Adventure series.
そう
A totally
私の胸
non-sexual
ドキ
series.
ドキしてるの感じる
What the fuck? That was a big ass gulp. I couldn't take it anymore and gulped loudly. Kazuki and Serika suddenly stopped whispering. Oh no, they heard me. We're right there anyways. What the fuck is this shit, dude?
花ちゃん タクが私たちの声盗み聞きしてるよ。
No, you're right next to me. I can't help it. I wanted to say that, but I couldn't speak. If I did, they'd know I was listening for sure.
花ちゃん、提案なんだけど、タクも混ぜてあげよっか。
I don't wanna.
どう？オッケー。
Her and her goddamn okays.
ねえ、タク？こっちおいでよ。私と花ちゃんで、タクの体、たっぷりくすぐってあげる。
Damn, Takuru gonna sleep good tonight. Crap, when I'd close my eyes, my imagination started to get the better of me. It was their fault for saying that stuff next to me. Oh well, they actually weren't saying any of that. But just listening to them tickle each other was enough to excite a healthy young boy like me, yeah, absolutely. I listened carefully for a moment and realized I could hear soft snoring. Had they fallen asleep while my imagination was in overdrive? Damn it. They needed to consider my feelings too. I'd gotten so excited that I wouldn't be able to get to sleep for a while. I needed to think of a way to kill some time. What's going on? Suddenly, Ito started to fidget. He was awake? Did he know what I was thinking about? Or what I was thinking about. I got nervous for a second, but he ignored me and took out his phone to check the time.
どうした？
忘れてた。そろそろ0時だぞ。
あ。
Ito stood up and started to fiddle with the club's PC.
はい。
Ooh, okay, I see what's going on here.
0時になりました。
Hey.
皆様、ようこそいらっしゃいませ。
We made it to October 10th, boys. Aw, man, the craziness is just about to begin. I heard a familiar voice.
今日の夜は少し冷え込んでいますね。着実に秋が到来しているようです。いかがお過ごしでしょうか？
I'm doing alright. What about you?
さて、本日放送の機会を設けさせていただいたのは、聞いてくださっている皆様ならもうご存知ですね。
Yeah. COVID-19 isn't going anywhere.
本日10月10日は6年前にヴァンパイアと呼ばれた事件が起きた日付です。
She was right. I'd totally forgotten. How? Today was October 10th. Somewhere in Shibuya, probably in the next 24 hours, someone would... No. I just thought about this, right? I could live the same life as everyone else. So I could just forget about the case.
電話？んだよ、こんなと。
Ito froze as he looked at the phone.
しんちゃん？これまでの経緯をもう一度簡単に。
Kei's voice suddenly vanished. Ito had muted it. His hands were shaking a little.
おい。
やべえ。なんだ、これ。
何がだよ。
電話。お前からだ。
Oh my god.
は？
It took me a minute to understand what he was saying. Then he showed me the screen.
だから、これ見ろ。
The screen read, Miyashiro Takuru. Yeah, probably those two.
嘘。
なんだよ、これ。
My phone was locked. No, wait, I called the company and had them shut off the account.
どうするんだよ、これ。なあ。
I mean, that is a valid point. So he shut down his entire account. Number's gone and everything. It's been forfeited. No one can request that number, I think. I don't think that's how it works. I was going to suggest that maybe, just maybe, somebody got a hold of the number after starting a new account, but the chances of getting that specific number is extremely low, right?
Huh?
And then knowing who to call, too. What's going on? I didn't know what to do. Should I ignore it? No, I kind of want to answer it. I'd promised Kirisu that I'd give up the case. No, wait. Was now really the time for that? My mind raced, and I just couldn't come up with an answer. The next thing I knew, I'd grabbed the phone from Ito and answered it. Oh, who are we gonna hear? Oh, maybe it's Santa. There was silence. As everyone held their breath and watched me, I put my ear up to the phone and heard. Nothing. All I could hear was the sound of my own heartbeat. At some point, my breathing had become shallow and pained. I leaned against a nearby desk just to give myself some means of support. The person on the other end of the phone said nothing. What do I do? What do I do? Let's say hi. Damn it, what the hell was going on? Say something, you idiot.
お前、誰だ?
My voice was shaking so much it was pathetic. Everyone was perfectly still as they watched. It was no good. Oh, we're gonna hear something right now. Oh, fuck. No. No. No, dude. I wish we could have just heard a voice. Why do we have to hear the stupid ass fucking knocking?
おい、どうした?
I dropped the phone and fell to my knees. Sarika had come over toward me. I grabbed her and held her tight. I was so scared. So scared. The knocking sound I'd heard when I was at the hotel. I frantically rubbed the ear that I had been holding up to the phone, but it wouldn't stop, it wouldn't go away. That sound. My chest was filled with foreboding. I'd snuck into that hospital and they'd stolen my phone. Didn't that count as something really bad? Yeah. Oh, now it's daytime. I'm sure we got sleep.
9時半になりました。皆さん、よろしいでしょうか。そ
No.
れではこれより第3回私立碧氷学園文化祭を開催いたします。
Woohoo. Sorry, I was getting a drink. Couldn't they have just gotten some cheers for like a cheers sound effect instead of just hearing a bunch of individual cheering? All of the students in the gym roared as soon as Kawahara finished. Cheerful music began to fill the room, and students in costumes who probably belonged to some club or another began to dance. Half the students watched them and laughed as they left the gym. They were probably the students in charge of the classroom displays and stalls in the courtyard. Kazuki looked over at me to see if I was okay. Nah, we ain't.
まあ、大丈夫。
Even if it was a lie, it was all I could bring myself to say. I couldn't smile. Because of her talents, Kazuki was asked to handle the audio system along with me for the student council's opening ceremony. The rest of the student council, except for Kawahara, as well as Sarika and Ito, should have left during the ceremony to patrol the school. It was only going to get busier when the school opened to the public at 10 o'clock a.m., about 30 minutes from now. When that happened, people from outside the school would be allowed in, and many different events would be held. Someone's gonna die. I had to do my job too, but I couldn't bring myself to get out of the chair. Huh? Kazuki offered me a lollipop.
いや
She thought for a moment and took out a piece of dried squid from who knows where.
いやそうじゃなくて分かったもらうよ
It's the only gesture that she can show, man. Just roll with it. I grabbed the lollipop and stood up. Kazuki stayed to handle the audio. She might have problems communicating, but there were other members of the student council that she'd probably be fine.
ありがとな
I like Kazuki. She's pretty tight.
自主映画特別棟2階視聴覚室でやってます100円ですパンフレットタダで配布してます
9時半から屋上のテニスコートでコメディテニスします熱くなれよ
I ignored the advertisements and headed to my destination. When's that interview, though? After that, Ito had picked up the smartphone and called the number back. But no one had picked up. There was only the message that played when you shut off your service. The customer has requested that this number be temporarily disabled. We talked for a while, but none of us had any good ideas. Okay, so that's interesting. So he only has it on a temporary hold. He still owns the number, he just has it shut off. He's the only one that can turn it back on. Very, interesting. Yet something very hard to explain, I guess you can say. Just like the door at the hotel room that we just could not open. Even so, the lock is on their side. The door was just shut. It could not be opened. Very interesting. Unexplainable events, I guess you could say. By 3 o'clock a.m., we'd settled on participating in the cultural festival like normal, and then laid down on our desks to get some sleep. But I couldn't sleep. I was too nervous. In the end, I didn't get a wink of sleep, and was only half awake for the opening ceremony and final check of the class's video. In the morning, I'd passed Arimura in the hallway. Alright, let's try to pronounce her name properly this time, Michael. Arimura. Not however stupid way I've been saying it. She had the smile on her face that she wore when she was with her friends. That only made me more nervous. And I was still nervous right now. I didn't yawn even once. Can we just go home for the day? Actually, you know what? That'd probably put us at more risk. I could see Sarika patrolling the stalls near the gate through the open doors of the school. Come to think of it, she'd said that she hadn't slept well either. If someone with her appetite was ignoring all the tasty treats for sale at the food stalls, she must have been telling the truth.
だよな
Sarika had made contact with them at the hospital too. How were they able to call when I'd shut off my phone? No, I should stop thinking about it. I'd asked myself all these questions already. Why had they called Ito? How were they able to? Was there a reason they called right at the start of the day of the new generation madness? Should I go to the police? But would they believe me? And I hadn't come up with answers to any of those questions. I could hear loud murmurs in the distance.
おい、裏門の方、渡部来てるらしいぜ。
マジかよ行ってみようぜ
He was early. The meeting was supposed to be at 1... Yeah, that's really early. Hold on, 1 o'clock p.m., bro? What the fuck? Oh, wait, he was going to do an article on the cultural festival itself, right?
タク行かないの
At some point, Sarika had walked up behind me. Was she on patrol?
どうせ後で会うんだし、別にいいよ。
And suddenly she got very close to me.
元気が足りないな。もしかしてまだ昨日のあれ気にしてる？
I mean, how can you not?
そりゃそうだろ。
I'd be crazy not to be thinking about it.
というか、お前だってさっきまで暗い顔してたじゃないか。
When I'd seen her just a second ago, she looked really glum. But for some reason, she looked better now. She looked surprised that I'd seen her, and then...
それはそうだけど、でもさ、だったら何かが起きる前に私たちが解決すればいいじゃんって。
Oh yeah, less than a day to figure it all out, huh?
5人で仲良く真実を追求し解決するのが新聞部のモットーでしょ？
I'd never heard that motto before.
タクならできるって。
After giving me a completely baseless motivational speech, she went back to her patrol.
タクならできるってか。
タクル、もう事件なんか追わないって約束して帰ってきなさい。手伝ってほしいことたくさんあるの。
Look, game, you can show me this flashback like 5 more times, and I'll still have the same answer. But after that 5th time, well, I guess it'd be 7th at that point. After 7 times total, then I'm just gonna throw the game away. For now, I needed to get through this interview. First, there was the video to talk about, and then... the sumo sticker with the different face. It would be great if I could ask Watabe what that meant, too. I took a deep breath and started to go over the interview in my head. Oh, I thought that was going to mean another delusion.
来ないね。渡部さん、どうしちゃったのかな。
It was already 1:15 p.m. What the fuck, dude? The day's just going by. The interview was supposed to start at 1 o'clock p.m. Everyone had heard that Watabe, the famous journalist, was going to be here. The audience's seats in the gym were packed. There were even people standing. Everyone in the newspaper club except Kirisu had arrived, and we were waiting below the stage. All the preparations were complete. But there was no sign of Watabe himself.
控え室にはいたんだろう？
ああ、1時間くらい前かな。挨拶してきた。
何やってんだ？緊張してトイレか？
それは僕だ。
は？
ここだけの話、さっきからトイレばっかり行ってる。やっぱり僕には無理だ。こんな大勢の前で対談なんて。
Yeah, wait, why are we doing the interview in front of the school?
今さらなんだよ、お前。
Sure, but I couldn't help but be nervous. I wasn't any good at dealing with crowds or people I didn't know. But now I was going to have to deal with both. Take the hint. No, I get it, man. I totally get it.
部長の座を譲る。お前が仕切ってくれ。
God damn it.
アホか。
Ito laughed away an offer that I had made in all seriousness. He stood up from his chair.
それにしても遅えな。みんな待ちくたびれてるじゃん。生徒会は何してんだ？
Watabe was supposed to be getting the VIP treatment, and it was the student council's job to take care of him. But with Kirisu gone, they were probably having a hard time keeping up with all their work. From what I'd heard, without Kirisu there to keep the peace, fights, and arguments were breaking out everywhere, that only went to show how much everyone relied on her,
仕方ねえな。ちょっと呼んできてやるか。
しんちゃん待って、私も行くよ。
おい
Don't leave me and Kazuki here alone. Neither of us are capable of talking to anyone. Well, maybe one of us, but what if Watabe came while they were gone? What would we do then? I thought she was gonna dip too, to be honest. Masarika and Ito went off to the waiting room without us. This was a problem.
あれれまだ始まってないんすね。
Man, get out of here. We don't need the we don't need the drama, man. Just come on.
先輩行っちゃおっす。
Oh. It was alright, let's try it. Arimura. Arimura. Close enough. Come to think of it, she'd asked me to God damn it. She'd asked me to ask Watabe about that picture.
ずいぶん遅いですね。
はい。今、迎えに行ってるけど。
ほーん。
そうだ、有村さん。聞こうと思ってたんですけど。
なんすか？
画像のことについて、渡部さんを追求してほしいんですよね。その画像って、ラブホテルの力士シールのことでしょ。それには僕たちも興味を持ってるんですけど、有村さんはどこまで知ってるんですか？あれのこと。
Harimura looked serious for just a moment. But then she grinned.
情報量は高くつくぜ、あんちゃんよ。
お金取るんですか？
当たり前よ。キャッシュで5000万スイス銀行に振り込んでくんな。くっくっく。
That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
小学生みたいなこと言ってないで、本気で教えてください。
むか。
渡部さんにはうまく質問しますから。だから僕らにも情報を。
ねえ先輩。
はい。
何度も言ってますけど、私に敬語はいりませんよ。改めてくれるまでずっと言い続けますからね。
はい。
She changed the subject. Arimura was incredibly interested in Watabe's picture of the sumo sticker. Did she think that if I questioned him about it, she might gain some valuable information? I considered this as I watched her twin tails bounce in the air. Honestly, what we should do is we should, lie and say that, oh yeah, we're not going to unless you tell us what we want to know. That probably would have pushed her just a little bit. Obviously, we're going to ask anyways, but... And then suddenly, the curtain on the stage began to rise. I could start to see the bottom of the lectern and the chairs.
ねえ、始まっちゃいますよ。伊藤先輩たちは？
There was no message from the student council, and we had no idea what to do as we watched the curtain rise.
やっとかよおい。
遅えよ渡部。
渡部さん。
Ugh. As the curtain rose, the gym was filled with the cheers and boos of the students.
人、おのえ、何してんだよ。早く戻ってこいって。
あれ？
Suddenly, Arimura spoke.
どうしたの？
見てください。なんか変です。
She pointed to the stage. I looked up toward it.
Huh?
Oh no. Watabe had come up the stairs backstage and was walking toward the podium. I was predicting it whenever I was joking earlier. Also, I thought my sound died there. Did it die? No? We good? I'm like looking at my OBS and I'm like, no, okay, we're good. Anyways, back when I was joking about, oh man, somebody's gonna die, I was thinking, possibly Watabe. It would make sense. I mean, well, I guess anybody could have died, but It's just that we haven't seen much of him. And to kill off a character that we've gotten used to this early on, sure, they could do that, but why? So he was staggering and struggling to stay up, and he looked like he was in pain. He's also very bloated. There was thick sweat on his forehead, and something that looked like drool was dripping down from his lips. Is he just normally that fat? That can't be right. But what was even... Yeah, okay, yeah, see, that's not normal. But what was even stranger was his stomach. How to describe it? The spot between his ribs and his hips, right where his stomach and intestines would be, was all swollen up. You heard the word beer belly a lot, but it was worse than that. It was as if someone had stuck a giant rubber ball under his shirt. The students saw this and started to whisper. Their voices grew louder and louder. So back on my, because I wanted to explain it, because I was thinking about it, I just didn't want to say it. I do that a lot with my commentary. It's what makes me bad at commentary. So when I was joking, saying somebody's gonna die, thinking that, sure, it had to be, it must, Watabe was a good prediction, excuse me. The reason why I was thinking Watabe, especially, somebody had to die here at the school. That was an even bigger prediction, is that huge event going on October 10th. There's going to be a lot of people to watch and see. Just like with the first two deaths, not so much with the third death. But still, a big event. I just had to assume. His moans grew louder as he reached the center of the stage. Just listening to them was enough to make you go crazy. And I don't know why I'm assuming that he's already dead. Like...
なんですかあれ。なんなんですか
わからない。
The whole gym, including the three of us, started to get louder. Well, he's in pain. So what happened? We don't really have context here. We just have individual screams, and it's kind of annoying. The students' screams echoed in my ears. Some people were trampled in the mad dash for the exit. But as everyone else was panicking, Arimura and I just stood there in silent shock.
Oh, あれは
Something was pouring out of Watabe's mouth, mixed with his blood and stomach fluids. It had a face. Of course, it wasn't Watabe's face. It was something we'd seen many times before. Oh man, I wonder what it could be. I was gonna do like a pull out your phone and, you know, text at this number sort of gag, but I hesitated. Now it's not the time for jokes. What was it? I knew it well, but it took me a few seconds to understand. That's what shock will do to you. And then... Oh, goodness me, dude. That can't be the thumbnail.
力士シール
Arimura began to scream, her voice joining the the jumbled fucking mess created by the other screaming students. Sorry, I don't know how to speak. October 10th, 2015, Saturday. 12:28 p.m. Okay, so we're going back in time. In an unused classroom in Hekiho Academy.
何もないところですいませんが、ここでお待ちいただけますか。いえ、早く来てしまったのはこちらですから。
So does he have like a sprite? Probably not. Watabe bowed, and the man who had led him here from the teacher's office bowed back. Then the man left the room. He'd forgotten the man's name as soon as he'd heard it. All he remembered was that he was a typical high school teacher with somewhat delicate features. Yeah, that's a good way of describing it, to be completely honest. That was all Watabe thought he needed to know.
しかし、なんでもねえところだな。
He'd heard that Hekiho was famous, but once he'd gotten inside, he found that it was just a normal high school. Maybe a little cleaner than most. Well, it's new. It's what you expect. He'd seen a TV crew from some station interviewing a student on his way here, but he couldn't imagine there was anything worth asking one.
まあ、多少は見どころのある奴らもいるみたいだが。
Since his ostensible reason, for being here was to do an article on the culture festival, he had to take a few pictures. Since it didn't matter what pictures he took, he decided to just walk through the school. As he went by a class that was doing some kind of Garo Froggy cafe, there was a bit of a fuss. Student after student had asked him for handshakes and autographs. Almost the entire class had known his name. He'd even taken a selfie with a girl who said that she was a huge fan of his. When he told her to keep it a secret, she'd given him an innocent smile. That was the way it should be. That was the way normal people were supposed to act.
もっと上に行ってやる。
It was only a short while ago that an online friend of his had suggested he come here. When he'd been putting together what he'd found out about the sumo stickers, those fucking brats at the newspaper club here had published just before he did. He'd given up on publishing his own article, but at least decided to show it to someone. When he'd let his friends see it, they suggested that he'd publish it anyway, True, he was confident in the article itself. He'd gotten a very good picture of the sumo sticker at the Love Hotel, which the newspaper club had only been able to get from a distance. There was a chance that he'd been called out for plagiarism, but then his friend had continued. You're capable of turning that to your advantage, right? Perhaps. His friend knew him well.
所詮は高校生の一部活だ。
Everything would depend on how he handled the interview, but Watabe was confident he could use this to bolster his fame. The ideal result would be to show that the newspaper club were the ones who had copied him. They uploaded their newspaper to Nikoniya all the time, so they were sure to know who he was. If he offered them the chance to help with his articles, they'd jump on it no matter what demands he made. He'd started off at the very bottom, and he'd worked his way up this far. He was capable of getting any scoop he wanted. His power was a blessing from heaven for a man who wanted to be a first-rate journalist. In the whole history of journalism, there had never been a case where a net reporter had identified a suspect ahead of the cops, the news, or the magazines. When a writer at a weekly magazine had found a suspect before the police, the whole of Japan went into an uproar. Watabe wanted to surpass that.
あとは警察へのコネがあれば完璧だな。
His one worry was the Love Hotel incident. When he charged into the crime scene and gotten into a fight with the cops there, his camera had gone out of focus and he'd failed to get part of the sumo sticker. He'd use that to get his scoop, but if someone on the police force was paying attention to those stickers, and if they were enough of a weirdo to be paying careful attention to Watabe's articles, they might find something strange.
まあ、大して違ってはいないだろうからな。
People didn't really want to hear the truth. They wanted lies that sounded true, embellished so that they were all the more pleasing. I was waiting for it. When he heard the sound, he quickly flipped himself back into hard-working, good-natured reporter mode.
はい、どうぞ。どうぞ。
They didn't open the door, nor did they say anything. Up here we go. Watabe grunted, soft enough that they couldn't hear, and then put on a smile as he went to answer the door, And I guess that's all we get.
何ですかあれ何なんですか
わからない。
This is the music that I listen to when I'm going to sleep. Oh no, Kazuki, don't look. Oh wait, Are those like newspapers, kind of? I'm kind of seeing like the rolls at the bottom. Oh, great. The individual screams. Here we go. Just like before. Yeah, we get it. Okay, is that the last one? Yep. The students all started to panic at once, and the gym was filled with screams. Then Watabe's body fell to the floor as if in slow motion. His legs were splayed. His eyes were open wide, still full of the terror of death. He was weeping tears of blood. And...
あれは
そんな。
the hell was that?
シール
Yes, it was a huge pile of sumo stickers. Watabe was probably already dead, but there were still crumpled sumo stickers pouring out of his mouth. Maybe it's just the stickers themselves, not like on paper, not peeled off or some shit like that. I don't know. It just kind of looked like rolled up papers. It could have just been the stickers themselves. My heart was racing. Beads of cold sweat had formed on my back. I felt a scream welling up in my throat, but something held it back.
警察電話。
Watabe's eyes were motionless, pointing toward nothing in particular. I wanted to look away from this madness, but I couldn't.
警察って何番そうだ117
No, wait, the police were... Wait, what was it? Maybe it was 119.
おい。
I think I know that voice. When we heard the voice, we were finally able to tear our eyes away from Watabe's body. There was a female student making her way toward us, past the crowds, fleeing toward the exits. A female student? No, she felt too grown up for that. And she was wearing a white lab coat. Between that and the sharp look in her eyes, part of me thought she might be a coroner.
一体何があった？
I have no fucking idea, to be completely honest. She slowly looked around the gym. Her gaze stopped at Watabe's body.
あれは？
And then without moving an eyebrow, she said,
やったのはお前たちか？
Oh! Interesting. I guess that's the end of that chapter.
なるほどな。じゃあ被害者渡部さんは時間になっても体育館に現れなかったと。
Okay. So, I guess we'll stop there. I know last time we kept on going to the next chapter because that was the beginning of the episode, but we are nearing the end of this one. We still have time technically, but we'll wrap it up for this one. But Jesus Christ, man. That was nutty. That was pretty nutty. Well, I will get my thoughts together on that one. The craziness has already occurred. Insane, very insane. That girl's face is not in the background here. That's lovely. Was she in the save load screen? Doesn't look like it. All right, whatever. Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching. This was a good one, I feel. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and all of that other fancy jazz. And I will see you guys in the next episode for hopefully even more craziness. Take it easy.